Alright y'all, so today we're going to be reacting to what happened to the Island Boys. I haven't heard from them since that weird incest shit they was doing. Like, I saw a video of them kissing. I think that was the actual last time I've heard or seen them. Hopefully they sat their ass down somewhere and ain't doing shit else to get clout, because that was a fucking mess. Also, another thing, I don't give a fuck what happens to them. I don't care where they're at. I just need a video to watch today. We're gonna go ahead and dive on in. Let's watch.
The Island Boys went from practically printing money,
bro, we were making $40,000 a day. More than that.
to drowning in debt.
They did dirty how?
I did not know that.
They owe me about like $150,000.
For a split second, they had the world's attention. They could have pivoted, cleaned up their image, maybe even dropped a halfway decent track. But instead, they crashed hard.
I didn't even know they made music.
TikTok personality known as Kodiak Red is in trouble with the law again.
Y'all make
the judge
anybody
gave Frank
think.
Venegas bail this afternoon for having a gun without a serial number and oxy pills.
What started as a meme quickly spiraled into a spectacle of fights, arrests, cringy interviews, and desperate attempts to stay relevant. And instead of evolving into legit hip-hop artists, they became a cautionary tale on what not to do after your 15 minutes of fame.
I never followed them.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're unpacking the messy rise and even messier fall of the Island Boys. Everything that led to their demise and where they are now. Though looking back,
they probably
it's
fell
hard
off
not to
after they was
wonder if
kissing
they were
each other.
doomed from the very beginning. Twins Alex Fly Soldier and Frankie
Are y'all
Kodiak
that
Red
desperate for
had
attention?
a rough childhood. Their father passed away from a heart attack when they were just 5 years old, and with no father figure to steer them straight, the two fell into a life of crime from a young age, engaging in all sorts of illegal activities, like burglary, larceny, assault, battery, and even grand theft auto.
So we was out here wilding and stuff like that. Once we get out, our mom, she made sure that we had a roof, everything like what's required. But even the police know, like police back in our city, they knew that our mom couldn't control us. Like nobody, we were out of control. She was good, she did everything she could, but we was out of control. We thought we could do whatever we wanted.
Well, she did. She did. It was. I can't even down top.
It's like slapping the wrist when you get in the system, you know?
The twins spent most of their teenage years bouncing in and out of jail, eventually getting kicked out by their mother when they had just turned 18. With nowhere left to go, the two decided to pursue a career on social media. They spent most of the money they had left on tattoos to emulate the look of SoundCloud rappers.
How much did you spend on all your tattoos? I spent around like 30K.
And started posting random videos on Instagram and later TikTok.
So they said that we're double trouble. We've been called that a whole lot. Yeah, that's stupid. We've been called that a whole lot, by the way. No, we're hard eyes.
Oh my god.
Ooh, you like that shit, huh?
However, while their unusual appearance attracted some attention, the views were too inconsistent to
my god.
That is, until one video went viral and changed their lives forever. On October 13th, 2021, the twins dropped a video of themselves singing their Island Boys song in a pool.
No, I don't want to hear this shit again. Oh, I'm glad he muted it. Thank you. I don't want to hear this shit. I do not want to hear this shit.
This took the internet by storm, getting over 5 million views in
just
probably
the first time
and tens of millions more on other platforms.
I've seen them.
It also made the duo world famous practically overnight. However, despite its explosive popularity, the general reception to their video was a lot more mixed than the brothers would have liked. While a few found the song catchy, others, including hip-hop legend Snoop Dogg, were straight up annoyed by just how bad it was.
I've been trying to make. I ain't seen it with a gang sign.
Snoop Dogg said, hell no.
Use that word. I'm speechless. Two goofballs in the pool.
But as it turned out, the quality of the song didn't matter at all.
It went that viral that
was its incredible meme potential,
that.
which resulted in countless parodies and edits, boosting its popularity far beyond the Island Boys' wildest imaginations. What the two failed to realize, however, was that their success had nothing to do with talent or musical ability. Instead, they were the butt of the joke, something for everyone to laugh at. Rather than seeing themselves as the mess, the Island Boys convinced themselves that they were the next big thing in hip-hop, a delusion that fell apart when they were booed off stage just seconds into a Miami club performance.
Oh Lord. Y'all done
They
hyped
also
them up
released
too
a full
much.
music video of the song that made
Delusional.
them popular, only to get dragged through the mud once again, with comments like, "Have this as my alarm every morning, been waking up 30 minutes earlier just to turn it off.
Damn.
Thank you, Island Boys. Thank you, Island Boys. You saved my brother, who was paralyzed in a fatal car accident.
Damn.
Luckily, when I played this song, he rose and clicked the sound to mute." And this type of hidden talent should absolutely remain hidden. But even after facing the harsh reality of their situation, the two kept posting videos as the Island Boys, since, at the end of the day, the money was just too good to walk away from.
We were making $40,000 more than that. I'm not.
I'm talking about y'all look like some damn coloring books.
The top of it said you got $60,000 to do to make. Then the next day we would do that. The next day another 60,000. We're like, man, what the fuck is this?
Unfortunately for the Island Boys, even the money was about to dry up, all
Damn.
because of their poor choices. The first big mistake the twins made was turning down an offer that could have resulted in a long-lasting and more stable career. Shortly after they blew up on the internet, Kodak Black, one of the rappers
He had a
they
record
modeled their
deal or
looks
something?
after, offered to sign them into his label, but the two refused the offer completely, stating that they wanted to stay independent. Fly Soldier later explained his reasoning in more detail, stating, "I'm not currently signed to no label. I'm independent, and so far I'm doing pretty good when it comes to the money, because I feel like labels just take my money and I'm doing pretty good right now. I got racks." However, this highlights one of the Island Boys' biggest flaws, one that sticks with them throughout their downfall, their inflated
Damn.
ego and ignorance when it comes to their own talent. The twins believe they're entrepreneurial geniuses who always make the right decisions, and nowhere is this more obvious than their appearance on Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast.
Do you boys feel like you have an inherent musical
Oh
gift?
my god.
Born with it?
I mean, I've been singing since I was
Born
little
with
kid.
what?
Do you have that it factor?
Yes, I'm a star.
Yeah, we do.
Around 25 minutes into the podcast, George Janko suggests that all of the jewelry they'd bought could serve as a smart investment if they ever faced a financial crisis.
I think if God forbid it doesn't go in your guys' direction, for real, I think you guys take all of your jewelry assets and invest it in something. So you guys will never ever be broke again. So I don't think there's ever gonna be a broke situation.
All things considered, this was fairly good advice from George. However, instead of thanking him for his consideration or showing gratitude of any kind, the Island Boys flipped out.
George, stop talking.
We have multiple.
Wait,
It's not that serious.
Hey, that was for you.
I don't think it was that deep.
That wasn't like a hate shot.
I don't need financial advice,
we
but
don't
I
need
probably
financial
make more money
advice
than
from
you.
They got offended by George simply entertaining the idea that they could ever go broke, and turned what was nothing more than friendly advice into a full-blown argument.
But that was me being nice.
Oh my
It wasn't me being like an
God.
asshole. I could be an asshole. I could turn it on and be
Oh,
an asshole.
boy.
Being
Somebody
else
else
is not
about
gonna
that.
go in your favor, but
No, it could go in my favor.
like you really don't want to go there, bro.
I could go there.
Okay, you
Because I was giving you guys nice advice and you guys were being assholes.
Hey, George, keep talking. Don't walk out.
I'm right here, you guys.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
You guys are throwing a lot of threats. I'm sitting right here.
No one's threatening you.
You guys said it's not gonna go my way. This is not the Nil Boys. We don't do fake over here.
You trying to scare me or something? I'm not scared of you, homie.
Ultimately resulting in the two puffing up their chests and storming off the podcast altogether, just to protect their bruised egos.
No, okay, I'm moving for you. I was giving you nice advice, bro.
I agree with that.
Though, given what happened next, George's advice would have actually helped
Oh,
them
y'all
survive.
making anybody
Not long
famous.
after their impulsive appearance, the Island Boys meme started to fade away, and the crazy amounts of money they were earning at the height of their popularity vanished alongside it. Their views dropped to a fraction of what they once were, booking slowed to a trickle, and the people that once obsessed with clowning on them simply moved on. By the time the twins realized the severity of their situation, it was already too late. Instead of prepping for their inevitable fall-off, they spent most of what they earned on cars and jewelry to flex on social media. In an even worse financial move, they even sold the rights to their viral song to a man named Check the Star, so when the income dried up, they had nothing left. In a desperate attempt to stay relevant, the Island Boys resorted to increasingly erratic behavior, like starting a fake beef with one another on which one of the two was responsible for their success.
You want to be just like me. You want to be just like me. You want to do everything I do. Follow the...
I know I'm quiet in this video, but I'm irritated. Why the fuck did I click this? I just needed something to watch, but watching this is just goofy. This whole video is just goofy.
I follow the leader. I made Island
Oh my god.
I'm the one that told you let's get in the Airbnb. I'm the one that. But I made Island Boys though. I made Island Boys. Told you to change it all.
People take
and I'm the one that made the actual
desperate measures to get clout.
And even believing that their dramatic exit on Logan's podcast was the right thing to do.
You guys regret walking off that podcast?
No, I wouldn't regret it. I went probably 5 times more.
Oh, I'm tired of
that
them.
podcast that I probably would have if I just would have had like a regular sit down and talk.
Not understanding that this kind of entitled behavior was a major contributor to their downfall. After all, no one wants to support self-absorbed pricks who think they're better than everyone else just because they
delusional
once. As a comment on YouTube which described them perfectly,
so let's wrap this
stated,
up.
they are perfect examples of internet making the wrong people famous. Even then, the Island Boys still had a chance to make something of their dying career. They already had millions of followers across social media. All they had to do was give these followers a reason to stick around. A potential route for them could have been to work on their music and to try and become real hip-hop artists, but that would have meant putting in real work that the twins clearly weren't interested in. Instead, they chased the next viral moment, hoping to cash in big once again, without lifting a finger. And after much deliberation, Fly Soldier and Kodiak Red found the shortcut they were looking for. However, much to their dismay, this idea backfired spectacularly, eroding the little reputation they had left on the internet. In April of 2023, the two shocked the internet with their announcement of their joint OF account, with a now deleted post on Twitter. Although many assumed it had to be a joke, it turned out to be completely real, and even more disturbing than anyone ever expected. Over the next few months, the twins kept posting increasingly salacious pictures with each other, all while promoting their OF account. But even all of that wasn't enough to prepare for what came next. On the 1st of August 2023, a video of them making out with each other started making rounds on the internet, to the complete shock and horror of anyone who came across it. This was disgusting on so many different levels,
what the fuck?
But it worked. The Island Boys went viral once again, only this time it was for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
However, to them, this was a complete victory.
Something to talk about, because people really don't like us, so like, hey, look, we got something.
Oh my god, get these goofies out of here.
But before they had the chance to celebrate their rekindled success, it went away faster than they would have liked, leaving them stranded with no stable source of income for a second time. And unlike their previous fall-off, where they could have still retained some viewers by improving their music, they didn't have that option anymore. No self-respecting artist was going to work with them ever again, or offer to sign them to his label.
So what's going on?
Y'all doing weird shit like this.
Shut your ass up before I break this shit.
Hey, yo, that ass, I would love to see you try that shit. Bro, I would love to see you try that shit.
Just goofy. Oh my god, get them out of here.
Eroded any respect people had left for them.
Why are y'all even still interviewing them?
During this time, the
Stop giving them
tried to maintain
attention.
their image of wealthy gangsters who still owned mega mansions, sports cars, and diamond jewelry, when in reality, most of it was fake, and the Island Boys were drowning in debt.
They did poker dirty.
Crazy, yeah. They did you dirty? How?
They owe me about like $150,000.
From what? Your percentage of the cameo money?
Yeah.
Is that the only money they're bringing in?
Mostly, maybe a little bit on TikTok, but I mean, it's pretty much run dry at this point.
Despite their best efforts, the twins couldn't maintain the rich boy facade forever. They started getting more and more desperate with each passing day, and even lowered their cameo price from $135 in the beginning to just $30 in a last-ditch effort to make some money. But when that didn't work either, they decided to hang out with Jack Doherty of all people, just to regain some sense of relevancy. Even then, they couldn't resist the urge to stir up drama and pick fights at every chance they got, willing to do whatever it took for that viral moment to keep them in the spotlight.
I get it, but no one in the street.
Yo, shit!
Stop!
What?
Oh my god, wrap this video up. I'm tired. I'm irritated.
What the fuck?
I don't like none of these people.
It even got to the point where the two were accused of hitting Jack's girlfriend.
Shake the money I made off you guys. It's cool.
Accused? Or did they actually do it?
Nice fucking try, dumbass. Nice try.
Probably by accident. Because he was out trying to hit. whatever.
But as you might imagine, hanging with Jack Doherty was never the right move, especially
I don't like
if they wanted
him.
to win back even a portion of their audience. And with Jack losing everything he had, the Island Boys were left without a home on the internet yet again, forcing Alex and Frankie to
So y'all
become even
homeless.
more desperate and sacrifice their dignity in exchange for fleeting moments of fame. Alex, for instance, had a baby a few months ago. Unfortunately, the baby wasn't perfectly healthy and had to be put in the NICU
Oh
until
my
it could
God.
recover. However,
That's
instead of
sad.
taking care of his wife and child, Alex decided to use his son's tragic health to farm TikTok views.
So it goes by God always with me, and let's start reading it.
Fortunately, the baby survived and is in much better condition now, but that has
That's
only
good.
given Alex more opportunities to use him for content.
Oh
I
my
think he looks
God.
like Fly. Yeah, he looks a lot like me.
At least he's spending time with his wife and child. Frankie's situation,
Well,
on the
yeah,
other hand,
that's
is 10
good.
times worse.
TikTok personality known as Kodiak Red is in trouble with the law again.
The judge gave Frank Venegas bail this
Why
afternoon
is
for
it
having
even
a
on
gun
the
without a
news?
serial
Like,
number and
why?
pills.
He was
Why?
arrested in May of 2023 for domestic battery and allegedly slapping his girlfriend before pushing her into a shallow pool, injuring her chin. More recently, he was
Her
arrested
chin.
again in February 2025 after officers found drugs and a gun without a serial number in his
Should I wrap
car.
this video
A few
up?
months ago, Alex and Kaylee posted a video updating everyone on Frankie's situation, and according to them, he's practically homeless at this point due to his addiction.
He's getting evicted. He hasn't paid a bill. Even his mom would tell me before.
And listen, that's another problem.
Boy, their mom was tired of their ass.
They also claimed that he didn't pay for the
I'm talking about she kicked him out as soon as they turned 18. She probably did all she could.
Credit down so
It
much
was like,
more
oh
than
hell
he
no,
can
y'all
get
gotta
out.
get the fuck out.
And it's not even his fault. It's his brother's fault because his brother hasn't paid his car in 4 months, and we could show you guys the voicemails of the car people calling him every single day saying, "Where is the
So I'm
baby?"
assuming they gotta play
Unfortunately for
together.
both brothers, the internet doesn't have any sympathy left for either of them.
Literally.
With comments stating, "This is why you don't start an OF with your twin brother," and they should have listened to George Janko's financial advice. Put simply,
Hello?
the Island Boys have lost everything they gained back in
They just
2021, and there's nothing they can do to get it back. Their ego, overconfidence, and questionable antics have also burned down any opportunities
Exactly.
they could have had after the meme died
Exactly.
down. The only option they have now is to slowly fade into internet obscurity, where the only thing people would remember about them
it's
is
over.
the time that they were traumatized by seeing the Island Boys OF content on Twitter. And even if by some miracle they manage to go viral again, it's only a matter of time before they find themselves right back in the same desperate situation.
Yep, y'all careers are over. We don't care. I definitely don't give a fuck. I don't really have nothing else to say. Like, I don't care. Like, I didn't even know one of the brothers had a baby. Like, literally the last time I've heard of them was when they posted that video of them kissing, and that was it. Like, didn't hear from them after that. Like, y'all careers are over. This shit is over. Like, no one cares about y'all anymore. Anyways, leave y'all thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.